Have you ever tidied madly, only to find that all too soon your home or workspace is cluttered again? If so, let me share with you the secret of success. Start by discarding, then organize your space, thoroughly, completely, in one go. If you adopt this approach, the KonMari Method, you'll never revert to clutter against a million items. This is no exaggeration. I have assisted individual clients who have thrown out 245-liter garbage bags in one go. When you put your house in order, you put your affairs and your past in order too. As a result, it has far more to do with the accumulation of mistaken notions about tidying, such as, it's best to tackle one room at a time, or it's better to do a little each day, or storage should follow the flow plan of the house. In Japan, people believe that things like cleaning your room and keeping your bathroom spick and span bring good luck. But if your house is cluttered, the effect of polishing the toilet bowl is going to be limited.
Finally. Hey Siri. Play About Damn Time by Lizzo.
About Damn Time by Lizzo now playing.
It's bad bitch o'clock, yeah, it's thick 30. I've been through a lot, but I'm still flirty. Is everybody back up in the building? It's been a minute, tell me how you're healing. Cause I'm about to get into my feelings. How you feeling? How you feel right now? I'm way too fine to be this stressed, yeah. Oh, I'm not the girl I was or used to be. Bitch, I might be better. Turn up the music, turn down the lights. I got a feeling I'm gonna be alright, okay. Alright, it's about damn time. Turn up the music, let's celebrate. I got a feeling I'm gonna be okay. Alright, it's about damn time. In a minute, I'ma need a sentimental man or woman to pump me up. Feeling fussy, walking in my Balenciennes, trying to bring out the fabulous. Cause I give a way too much.
What the fuck? Well, there goes my weekend. In my mind, there are two types of people in the world. Those who check and delete messages in their inbox regularly, if not instantaneously, and those who have 20,000 5011 unread emails withering away and unbothered. Comment below, which are you? I definitely am not the latter, but if there's one thing that I totally procrastinate on, it's doing laundry. I loathe doing the laundry. Unlike my tidy inbox, laundry is the one adulting task that I struggle to keep up with the most. Where do I even start? If it isn't obvious already, I'm not looking forward to this. But I refuse to spend the rest of my life like this. I don't want to spend another day, another weekend, the 2 days out of the week that we get to reclaim my time, either cleaning or doing laundry. I mean, do I really need this stuff anyway? Who am I kidding? This tantrum that I'm having, it's not really about the clothes, right? It's about how all of this stuff that is bursting out of my drawers is now starting to spill into my life. It's taking up precious, non-disposable time of mine, time and space that I would rather be using to do things that bring me joy, that spark joy in my life. But instead, I'll be spending the next at least day or so folding, washing, putting clothes away. I just feel like on my weekends should be my time, my free time to do whatever it is that I want. Outside of my 9 to 5, Monday through Friday obligations, these 2 days, these 2 sacred days a week, Saturday and Sunday, 104 days out of 365 days a year. I just refuse to live my life like this anymore.
No more. I declare today a special day. Today is a day that I get tidy and make space for the things that I truly want out of my life. I'm going to Marie Kondo the fuck out of my house.
I'm about to make this mountain of clothes my bitch. I guess I don't need these right now. Maybe later. All right, I need to stop playing around. I have so much to do. Let's get to it.
You might be thinking like I'm thinking right now. I feel motivated in this moment to tidy up, but what are the chances of this motivation lasting, right? What if I relapse? Sure, it's possible, but luckily for us, this isn't a life or death situation. Like, despite my earlier tantrum, no need for me to be that dramatic. But in all seriousness, I think the biggest challenge I'll likely face is staying disciplined. I must consciously decide whether to discard or keep something according to a simple principle, as Marie puts it in her book. Does it spark joy? I can emphatically state that this pile of stuff that I must wash, fold, and shove into my drawers each week does not spark joy. Now, don't get me wrong. I definitely am not advocating for some major lifestyle change for minimalism. If that's what you're searching for, this video definitely ain't it. I like having stuff. I mean, I work hard to be able to buy the stuff that I need and some things that I want. What I hope that you consider in watching this video, is at what point does having stuff begin to diminish your quality of life? Too much of anything could start to have an adverse effect. The same rule applies for having too much stuff. It's time that I let go and make space for new things and opportunities in my life.
Oh my gosh. She basically just called storage experts professional hoarders. That's funny. She wrong for that.
The excuse I've made for allowing my laundry to pile up each week is I don't have time. But if I were to really break that statement down, what I'm really saying is that I don't know how or have done a poor job managing my time. Well, Marie says that being messy has nothing to do with time, but rather an accumulation of mistakes made over time.
Damn. Should I feel attacked?
But that's facts. Whether I want to admit it or not, a messy room equates to a messy mind. She says that when your house is tidy, you have no choice but to examine your inner state.
Okay. So by now you're probably wondering, what the hell am I going to do with all of these things that I've accumulated over the years? Per the book instruction, Marie wants us to grab everything that we own, any article of clothing, accessory, handbags, which I still have yet to bring down, and pile them in one room so that you can view, and this is one hell of a visual effect, all the shit that I've just accumulated over the years. And what's crazy is that as I was pulling this stuff out and looking around, I realized I probably haven't worn, 70% of this stuff in months, if not years. So I'm really happy that I'm doing this. The next step, well, this is the first step. And then the next step after we gather everything is we're going to organize it in categories: shirts, shorts, pants, dresses, coats. And then from there, start the next step of deciding which items we're going to donate or discard, and which items, like I'm looking at my old cheerleading uniforms. Yeah, I definitely can't fit this anymore, but I guess I have to really think deep on whether or not this kind of stuff sparks joy and if it's something that I'm willing to hold on to. So let's keep going. Oh, Jesus.
Marie says that it's important to tidy in the right order and to finish discarding things that don't spark joy before you think about where things will be stored. 2 reasons for this madness. Having all of your clothes in one pile, you get to see all the items that might be duplicates or close in similarity. From there, you can determine whether to discard one, the other, or both. Secondly, Marie asks that you not think about storage during the discarding step, because if in your mind you've already made space for an article of clothing or an item, it diminishes the consideration that you must give to determine whether or not you need that piece of clothing or if it even sparks joy. You don't want to risk holding on to something just because you have the storage or space for it. That totally defeats the purpose for this whole exercise. Grab and feel each item of clothing, examine it, and mentally ask, again, does this spark joy? If it does not, then it goes in the donation pile. If it does, you keep it. You can subcategorize these piles of shirts, pants, underwear, etc. She says to try and finish this exercise in one fell swoop. If you attempt to do it over several days, you might lose interest and motivation. And I know this feeling all too well. Comment below if you've shoved a clean pile of laundry to one side of the bed and slept on the other side for days because you lack the motivation to just put that shit away as soon as it leaves the dryer. Now, once you're done with the clothes, move on to the next category. Marie recommends this order: clothes, books, papers, and to leave any mementos like photos or love letters for last. This order will help you accelerate your willingness to discard, meaning your clothes, which are generally low in emotional value, will get the ball rolling and hopefully help you to be more comfortable with letting things go. There are a few house rules though, no pun intended. First, tidy your own stuff. Leave anyone else's belongings alone. Leave the common areas for last and consult any affected persons before you throw out the steak knives just because you happen to be vegetarian. Secondly, empty all areas where you store clothes: closets, drawers, garage bins, the backseat of your car, everywhere. Start the discarding process with off-season clothing. You're likely to not be so emotionally attached to a tank top if it's 40 degrees outside versus a sweatshirt that you've been wearing all winter long. Once you've discarded what you don't need, it's time to fold it right.
Perhaps one of the reasons why I hate folding is because in college, I worked at a retail store in the stockroom where it was my job to literally fold clothes day in and day out for hours at a time. And obviously it wasn't the most fun and exciting job ever. So I think I have a little bit of PTSD when it comes to clothes, which is, I'm realizing it now, probably the reason why I struggle with laundry so much. Like, it's not my favorite thing to do at all, aside from the fact that I just have way too much stuff. But interestingly, what I'm also realizing now is that there's a little bit of a science to folding clothes, especially when it comes to retail. In the stockroom, obviously, you want to be able to minimize as much space as you're using to be able to fit as many items on the stockroom shelves as possible. But then also you want to be able to, if you're looking for something for a customer, let's say, to be able to go directly to that shelf and find what it is that you're looking for. So I say that to say that regardless of whether we were folding and stocking items in the back or the front, obviously the front room has a slightly different purpose, right? It's more for marketing and aesthetic. and style. But despite whether it's in the front room or the back room, the clothes were always folded in a way that customers and employees alike were able to view everything. Nothing was hidden in sight. So if you needed to find something, you knew where to quickly reach for it, where to grab it. Nothing was, laying low under the radar, let's say, hidden in the back of some pile or underneath some pile. So that I think that's probably what Marie is trying to express here. And the way that you fold your clothes is so that when you put them in your drawer, you can literally see everything that's in there when you pull the drawer out. It's not like laid on top of each other and then you forget that you have a pair of jeans that you haven't worn in a year at the bottom. So you stack them in like this, and then you can pull out your drawer and then you can see everything, which I think is brilliant and something that I was doing naturally anyway, because I picked up a lot of like folding skills from working in a stockroom. But I definitely think this is a smart way if you guys are hoping to kind of change your technique to avoid, this mess that I've gotten myself into, where I've completely forgotten about clothes that I've had for so many years because they were somehow piled in the bottom. So yeah, I think I'm excited about it for sure.
Marie says that none of your clothes should be out of view. You should be able to see each item you place into your drawers. Find a sweet spot for folding that allows items to stand up. Hang clothes that feel like they would be happier hung up or are too awkward to fold. Hang the heavier and longer length clothes left to right, dark to light. There's no science to this, I suppose. It's just aesthetically pleasing, I guess, which might help to boost your mood whenever you open a drawer or your closet doors.
Right. Well, I am feeling 100 times lighter. It definitely took me a little bit longer than I was anticipating, obviously, because I'm recording and filming and trying to catch, different scenes for you guys. But I'm really happy with the progress that has been made. I've tidied all of my drawers, the closets, I've refreshed the bedding. So I think I'm just gonna do one last clean of the house, a really good clean, grab things out of the pantries, the cabinets, clean the fridge, just things I don't clean as often as I should. And then I'll feel like I can put a pin in this whole tidying process. So let's not waste any more time. Let's keep going.
I just celebrated my 37th birthday, which is crazy to think about. I'm not embarrassed by my age. To the contrary, I'm so thankful to be alive. Another day and chance to get as much out of life as I can before I kick that proverbial bucket. But I don't want to waste another entire weekend of mine doing things that do not spark joy, like laundry. Laundry is my struggle, but feel free to substitute that noun for whatever obstacle that you might feel is in your way. I'll start. The struggle is oftentimes me. I'm my biggest obstacle, not my job, not the so-called lack of time or other obligations. No, just me. Which reminds me of another book that I read not too long ago that changed the way that I view life struggles. The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. Especially as a plus 30-year-old who has felt at times that I've lost my way, I now have a better understanding that I can be the obstacle. But I can also be the way. And I can't think of anything more encouraging than that.
I picked up Marie's book in search of perspective because I was mad at myself for wasting my own time. I cannot place the blame on my job because it affords me the resources for stuff that I like to buy and this roof over my head, these amazing trips that I have the privilege to take. My lack of discipline in keeping my home, which we can now agree when I say home, I really mean my life, tidy. Guys, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for sticking around. You're a rock star. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, be kind and leave a thumbs up. And if you feel, invested somewhat in my journey, of course I bring other travel content mainly, and I try to show a little bit of my life as well. You're welcome to subscribe. Otherwise, I hope that this video has at the least inspired you to maybe tidy up your home and learn a little bit about yourself in return. So I'm wishing you guys an abundance of peace and love, and of course travel with lighter baggage. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.